From a domestic perspective, or from a normal, let's put it domestic, household pet training environment, or a school, a normal obedience school, we try to do a lot of the socializing on the puppies, and we do specific puppy playtime. So we'll take puppies from 8 to 6 weeks, or 6 to 8 weeks, and during that playtime, it's off leash, the handlers are around, the instructors are around just to help out, but that's when the puppies get to play. So that is your puppy playtime. We continue that through into the puppy 2, because there we're talking puppy 2 is normally from about 3-4 months onwards. So then we'll take them into the puppy 2, and they've gotten used to each other. So we still allow them to have that puppy playtime as they start maturing. The only time that we won't enforce that puppy playtime, we don't have a puppy playtime, is when you are bringing in an adult dog into a basic home obedience 1. Sometimes what we do if the dog is a small dog like the Dachshunds or the little mini Yorkies, even if they are an adult dog, if they're slightly nervous, we'll put them with the puppies and help them get their confidence by playing with puppies, because the puppies are gentle, they're the same size, and it definitely helps with confidence building on slightly nervous or anxious dogs. But then you're talking about a slightly older dog, but we match size to the age there as well. So I think anywhere from about six weeks. 6 weeks. 6 weeks, especially the minute you take them away from their litter. You need to look at socializing them and allowing them to have a puppy playtime with other puppies that they don't know and that are not their litter mates.
And I think also, if you look at that, because remember also with the working dog, remember that also socializing is part of building things that we use a lot during training program. For example, ball drive. You also build on socializing. Also play drive. You're also building on socializing. So as early as possible, you start to play with the puppy with the ball, to build that. So to us, actually, for a working dog, what happened is just that from 6 weeks is also cool, and also 12 weeks is also cool, and for 3 months it's gonna be puppies training, which is actually you start with the basic obedience. And then along the process also you're gonna go. But remember, the imprinting to teach a dog how to search explosive and drugs, and it's only start when the dog turns about a year. So, and if you are doing the imprinting on narcotics, it's gonna be about 4 to 6 weeks imprinting process. And when you're doing explosives, it's gonna be about 8 to 10 weeks of imprinting. So if you look at so the foundations of all these things, you need to socialize the dog also, with the whole thing of playing with the dog, ball drive, play drive. You see, it's very important. Okay. So now the imprinting is to teach a dog to find substances, either explosive, either narcotics. So that's a way. But remember that also how we do, I think I can explain that, is that you see, when you're doing imprinting, the dogs, they search for a ball, right? It's a game. They're looking for a ball as a game. And to us, actually is working, because we want them to find something. We want them to find explosive, we want them to find narcotics. So, it's trading in between, right? So what we do, actually, we reward with the ball. We pop it out wherever it is, because the dogs, they love the ball. I don't know why. Tracy, I don't know. Do you know why they love the ball?
No.
So that's what we do. So, yeah. Okay, one. So that question is going to come to me now also.
Yes.
Are you not going to answer that, Tracy? Also,
no.
You got a perfect dog also.
I got a perfect working dog.
Yes, also you got it. So I'm going to put some things, then you put something.
All right. Okay, go for it.
All right, cool.
Go for it.
All right, cool. So what is making a great dog? Ranger, like my dog, cool. So I think it's a breeder. If you got a proper breeder, like there are a lot of people who are doing crossbreed and things like that. So some of the good breeders, actually, they breed the dog for specific work. For example, a sniffer dog. What we look at, actually, the sniffer dog have to be well socialized. It's very important. And the second one also, with the ball drive, a prey drive. And remember that before you train a dog, we need to assess the dog, as I said earlier, that there are 3 things that we look in the dog. The first one, the play drive, the ball drive, the strength, how long does the dog is going to work. You know, you got some breeders who breed dogs there for a few hours they work, they got tired. So the second one also, can the dog communicate? It's very important. Those 3 points, communications, the strength, the ball drive, and the prey drive. So when you get all those 3 things on the dog, you know it's a guarantee to know that you're going to get a great service dog. Yeah. Cool. Tracy?
Sure. What makes a perfect working dog? So my working dog turned out to be a bit of a mistake. In fact, both of my working dogs turned out to be a little bit of a mistake.
But they're doing great.
They're doing great. So my one working dog is actually a rescue. And I rescued her. I got her from a rescue from she was 15 months. So when I got her, she didn't have any socializing. It was just working. I did obedience with her, built up a relationship with her. I wanted to do something different with her. I wanted to challenge her, get her mind working, give her something to invest into and, you know, stimulate her. So I decided to try on the narcotics.
And he's doing great.
And she's doing really well.
She's doing great.
She's got a beautiful ball drive, which only came out after a year that I had her. But I think what has been phenomenal, or what has helped the 2 of us, is our relationship and the bond that we have. She trusts me and I have to learn to trust her. And I think it's harder for me to really, I mean, it's the one thing everybody says, is trust your dog.
Yeah, I thought you trust her.
I do trust her. But everybody goes, trust your dog when your dog does something right. But my dog trusts me as well. And she knows that I will have her back and I will protect her. And I think that also makes a very strong working dog, is that level of trust that you have and the bond between you and your dog.
Yeah, that's what we always say. I think Tracy remember all the time. We just say that trust your dog. It's very important to trust your dog. Even during the search, like if you find positive, you don't have to hesitate and say that, oh, maybe it's positive. Not. You need to trust your dog to know that that's positive. Yeah. All right, cool. Protection dog. So the difference between the protection dog and the guard dog. So the guard dog working at the access control. So simple word, access control, it's the main gate. If you go to any estate, you know, any places, you find some dogs that are moving from one point to another at the main gate. Those are actually called their guard dog. I think a lot of people, they are using things like Rottweilers, those power dog, you know, big dogs. When you see them, you're just like, wow, it's a huge dog. And then you got a patrol dogs. Patrol dogs actually is more like German Shepherds, Malinois. These dogs are covering one point to another point. So, you know, on the new system security that we have now, we are using things that we call the clocking points, which is actually the dog handlers are moving from one point to another point to cover the point. So these people are working, you know, with their dogs to covering those points. Those are patrol dogs. So the patrol dog also, they are tracker dogs because they must be able to patrol. If there is an incident happen, you know, suspect runaway, things like that, they must be able to follow those people. So those are patrol dog. You can also get another dog that we call is a free range dog. If you go to factories or some places, you find a dog that is working without a handlers. You know, they're moving from one point to another point, and so those are free range dogs. They don't work with the dog handlers or anything. Yeah. So those are the patrol and the guard dog that we have. Yeah.
And then from a home environment, domestic environment, a lot of people will come in through to the school and they go, we want to do protection work. So we always try to find out, why do you want to do the protection work? What is the basis for it? And then we assess the dog to say whether this is something that you should do with your dog or you shouldn't do with your dog. And there's different levels of protection work that you would do with your dog. Some of it is, so you get the one type of protection dog where you give the command for your dog to go out and to do the protection work. Then you get a personal protection dog where that dog makes the choice. That dog has been trained to a point where they look at the situation, they assess the situation, and they make that decision. And they will then go out, or they will protect you. They don't need you to give them the command to do that. So from a training school and obedience school perspective, those are the 2 types of protections that we look at. Yeah.
I just started to think that even the free range dog could be a protection dog.
Yes.
It just came into my mind now because we got clients come in and they want to do a protection work, but not specific to one-on-one, but they want that dog to be a protection dog to the rest of the family.
Yes.
So sometimes when you go to some homes, you just find that there is a dog that is moving up and down, just to protect the family.
For the
Actually,
environment.
I just think that I just also think that now could be a free range dog also could be a protection dog.
Yes,
yeah, also,
100%.